set. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster, Sal, live from the AAMP.TV mobile studios here overlooking downtown Pittsburgh, Heinz Field, and PNC Park. That's AAMP.TV. Folks, make sure you Google and check out AAMP.TV. Today's show is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, even contracts given to people you don't understand, plus a whole lot more. For more information, contact Legal Shield at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305. Or visit them online for more information at nocourt.us. That's nocourt.us. And a big welcome in to everybody listening in on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast. iHeartRadio, Spotify, those over in Las Vegas on Magic 97.9 FM. Our new audience down in Auburn, Alabama, WAUD. Thanks for joining us here, as well as our friends over in Mississippi, Louisiana on Magic, or at 107.1 FM. Folks, it's live. You never know what happens here. All right, we are here with two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior, Tyrone Poole. Tyrone, thanks for joining us as always. Look at him,
man,
go.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be up under the big top, the Sports Circus, and everybody who's watching and listening. Woo, baby! We got a show for you today.
All right. In fact, we have a special guest. And of course, it's rather timely that I'm in Pittsburgh today because we have a special guest that knows a little something about football in the city of Pittsburgh and that yellow and back. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, everybody. This is Kevin Greene. I played just a little time in the NFL, had a lot of fun doing it. And hey, I'm glad to be under the big top with T. Poole and Sal.
All right. Big round of applause. And that would be Pro Football Hall of Famer Kevin Greene, and also a legend at Auburn University for all you Auburn folks over there. And also, you played a little bit of football in Charlotte, and I think you played a little bit in Los Angeles too, didn't you?
I did. I actually started in L.A. with the Rams. They drafted me in the 5th round. I don't know, maybe picked 113 or 114 or something like that. But this was 1985, played 8 years there. And then the first year of free agency, 1993, I went to Pittsburgh. And then from there to Carolina and snuck a year with the 49ers. So I was able to play 15 years, and it was crazy. It was a dream come true. Unbelievable, the ride that I had. And I'm thinking about writing a book about it because it was an unbelievable ride.
And you should, man. And I'm telling you, when I think about you, Kevin, and we played together in Carolina in 96, man, and I'm telling you, in 95 was the inaugural season for Carolina, and we were okay. Dom Capers, who I know you know very well, because Dom Capers was the defensive coordinator in Pittsburgh, calling you guys Blitzburg, because you guys used to bring that heat. And when you came to Carolina in 96, man, I'm like, that took us over the top defensively. We were like, across the board, number 1, number 2, or number 3 across the board in sacks, whatever it was, run, points. But man, when I think about you, Kevin, I think about dominating. I think about relentless. I think about a leader, a true teammate. And when they say the slogan, I played a game for the love of it, that's what I think about, man. When I think about Kevin Greene, man, you played a game for the love of it, man. And you brought your lunch pail every day, man. I'm like, your little dance. I remember all that stuff, man.
I know it was, hey, T. Poole, it was a great time. I mean, Dom, you mentioned he was a coordinator there at Pittsburgh before he became the head coach in Carolina. And he brought me in there in 96 to help with that transition, you guys going to that 3-4, that blitz zone package, that him and Dick LeBeau created back in the day there in Pittsburgh. And so, yeah, I was blessed to be surrounded by a lot of good players there in Carolina. Lamar Latham, we were 1 and 2 in the NFL in sacks that year, and that was 1996. And then we had a great, Greg Cragen, the nose, underrated guy, but he took 2 to block him, which freed up Sam Mills, God bless him. Freed him up, scraping on the corner, and Carlton Bailey and everything. And then you on the back end, not only could you cover, you were a great lockdown cover corner, but you would also tackle, which is something that is really, really lost with a lot of guys on the back end nowadays. They just don't want to tackle and stick their grill in there. But you had no problem coming up and playing like a linebacker and drilling people and getting them down and giving us another chance, And so just Eric Davis was on the back end, and Pat Terrell, just a bunch of great guys on that team. Just again, that's part of that unbelievable ride that I was a part of. Just tremendous.
All right, awesome, so hey, let me ask both of you guys a question. So playing with different teams, there's different locker room cultures. Think about the guys that set the tone in the locker room. Now, as you go from a champion team, after you win a Super Bowl, then you go to another club and you say, hey, maybe I want to try to instill some of this winning environment in this situation for this particular team. What's been your experience? Kevin, we're going to start with you. What was your experience going from team A to team B and bringing that Super Bowl experience to the next team?
Well, I think it's just all about work ethic. It's about your work ethic in different parts of football, and like being on the practice field and not brother-in-lawing with anybody. I know I pissed off a lot of guys there in Carolina when I came, because I wouldn't take a play off, during practice, and I'm sure, they were kind of getting on me, want me to chill out a little bit and not play a game on a Wednesday and Thursday. But I always felt that, you got to play at game day speed on Wednesday and Thursday so that you're instinctive and you can play on game day speed on game day. I knew I wasn't good enough, Tyrone. I wasn't good enough to just go through the motions on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and then Sunday comes around and I turn it up a notch, and then I'm a playmaker. I didn't have that ability to do that, so I had to strap it up for real every snap and every practice. And like I said, I'm sure I ticked off a lot of my teammates, but I was helping establish that work ethic, coming from Pittsburgh and how we approached things. That we weren't going to brother-in-law with anybody and take no plays off, and because on Sunday, we're going to physically dominate your tail.
Yeah. And I'll second that, Sal, as far as the work ethics and my work ethics coming from a small HBCU. I remember the exact kind of same story when I got to Carolina. And HBCU, historical black college football, it's like every day it's Saturday. Every day you play like it's game time. So you tackle. If you did not get your helmet in that play in practice, if you did not get yourself seen on video going to the huddle, then they say you were slacking, you were loafing. So you didn't want to be that loafer. So you wanted to make sure you showed up in that film some kind of way, either making a tackle or in position to get ready to make that tackle. And I remember getting to Carolina, and the players used to get mad at me because we in practice and they throw the ball, and if they completed it, I'm tackling them. I'm trying to rip them. I'm trying to get the ball out. I'm driving them into the ground, and they telling me, hey, T-Poo, slow it down. They get mad at me. And I'm telling them, hey, this is how I play. This is how I get ready, but I second that what Kevin said. That's, what most teams are looking for when they bring that extra guy in, or they trade for him, or they draft him. They want you to bring your work ethics, because it's a lot of talented guys out there, but a lot of them don't have the work ethics.
Tyrone, let me ask you this real quick.
Right. All right.
How many years did you play?
I played 13, started 12.
Oh, the average life in the NFL is what?
Well, they say about 3 to 5.
Little over 3 years. It's like 3 years and 3 games into the 4th year. And then you get vested. You remember? That's why they set that number of, your 3rd, 4th game of your 4th season. Most people don't make it that long. And you played 12, 13 years for a reason, T-Pool. And that's because your work ethic and your drive and desire, your determination. You just didn't come and go like a lot of players do. Come and go like a fart in the wind. But you were a true pro playing professional football, and you played double digits, which is extremely rare, man. That's kudos to you, my man. You did it.
Kudos to you
Well,
too,
between
Kevin.
the both of you, you played damn near 30 years in the NFL, which is ridiculous to imagine because think of the average lifespan or the average career being, I think it's 2.5 years total. That's, I think, league wide. Imagine that. Between the two of you, you 7 times what the average person actually does. That's insane. Big round of applause for that. A big welcome back to everybody on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates here with 2-time Super Bowl champion Tyrone Poole and Super Bowl champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer, that'd be Kevin Greene.
Yes.
All right, Tyrone, listen, give us your final thoughts just on this, and I want you to take us out to break real quick.
Well, you know what? Again, Kevin said it. And you know what? He played the number of years at a position that really you got to do the right things. You got to eat right, train right. You got to know the game. Outside linebacker. He's in contact every play. He's butting heads with someone. So I'm just honored. We're just honored here at the Sports Circus to have Kevin here. And we got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about more football. We're going to talk about wrestling too. I know a lot of people know about Kevin when he wrestled, but we got to go down that memory lane. So everybody don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with Hall of Famer and longtime NFL veteran Kevin KG Greene. Stay tuned.
Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you with startup capital, business strategy, sales and marketing, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, you may visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com or call them at 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. This is Sal Tuzolino, host and remaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it out here that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. You can call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem weekdays at 5 p.m. Pacific here on AAMP.TV or stream the show live at thesportcircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus and we prove it every day.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-755-4281. 800-755-4281. 800-755-4281. That's 800-755-4281.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster Sal, live from the AAMP.TV mobile studios here in downtown Pittsburgh. That's AAMP.TV. This segment brought to you in part by Cali Vegas, helping people create and host their very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk shows. Cali Vegas can help them with everything they need to get out of sitting in hours of traffic every day or reinventing themselves while sitting at home and host their very own talk show in their very own home studio. For more information, contact Cali Vegas at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119. Or visit them online for more information at calivegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com. And welcome back to everybody watching on hotel television in 650,000 rooms from coast to coast. Those listening in on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, iHeartRadio, Spotify. A big hello to our friends over in Mississippi and Louisiana on 107.1 The River. That's Jim Bob and Redneck Adventures and the boys. We're going to give to these guys in just a minute here. Big welcome in everybody listening in on WAUD over in Auburn, WDJY 99.1 FM in Atlanta, KSIX down in Southern Texas, and our big hello to our friends in Boston, WBNW, and in Hawaii, CBS Sports, 1500 KHKA, and everybody else. Back here with two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior Tyrone Poole, and Pro Football Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion as well.
Yes.
That would be Kevin Greene. All right.
KG.
We've got a trio of trouble here. Kevin, I'm going to start out right out the very beginning. I mentioned 107.1 The River because these guys, they do something called Redneck Adventures. Now, let me ask you, have you ever had the desire to stick your hand in a tree and pull a snake out? Because they do the snake grabbing rodeo.
Not well. I can honestly say no. I would probably turn down that opportunity, although that sounds really, really cool. But I don't know if it's necessarily in my wheelhouse to do that. I'm not sticking my hand in anything that I can't see what's on the other side. Good Lord.
So I guess their catfish hand grab is out of the question too.
You're probably right there too. I've seen some of that stuff on like YouTube and women are digging in a hole, and then next thing you know, something's biting them and they pull out this big old freaking catfish. And I'm like, no. I ain't doing that.
All right, so I'll tell you what we're going to have to get you hooked up with the boys at redneckadventures.com. I'll tell you what, they're great guys, fun people, but you never know what you're going to end up doing. They've got all kinds of crazy adventures, and these are friends of the Sports Circus. And I have to tell you, some of the funniest people I've ever seen in my life. All right, Tyrone, are you going to stick your hand in a tree and pull a snake out?
Man, you know what? I'm telling you right now, I don't even like walking in water where I can't see the bottom. I can't see my feet. So I'm not sticking my hands in nothing that I can't see. So you know what? That's out. So no. If I can't see it, then I'm not trying to be a part of it. Now I'll probably stick a stick. I'll put a stick in there first, kind of stir it up and see what comes out. And if that stick is okay, then I'll stick my hands in.
All right. Sal, I'll stick your arm in there. I'll be glad to do that for you, bud.
No. You will not be opening up a can of whoop ass on me and doing that. That ain't gonna happen. Oh no, you don't.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. Is there anything that you are, I'd say, your bucket list, something that you have not done? Now I know off the air we were talking about fishing, and you say you don't like fishing; it's kind of slow. Is there anything, which I think you would like, deep sea fishing if you ever did it, if you ever try it? Is there anything that you would do that's on your bucket list that you have not done that you're saying, you know what? I just may try that. And it may sound crazy, but you're like, I may try it.
You know what? I'm up to try pretty much anything if the money's right. Outside, I can be bought. Come on, people. You know what I'm saying? Money talks, and I might do some crazy crap if the money's right. I'll leave it at that.
All right. So what's funny?
I'll throw one out there. I'll throw one out there real quick. What about skydiving? Would you skydive?
I've already done that. I've already paratrooped out of planes and stuff like that. So I've already done that. So that's okay. It's good.
Okay.
All right. You're sure about that? You're okay with that? Okay, maybe bungee jumping.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
You're going to trust your life to a giant rubber band. I did that. And I'll tell you what, I did not sleep for 3 days. And it was primarily because of the ground effect. I'm 18 stories up and I'm falling to the earth. And I've got the pool coming right at my face. And I'll have to tell you, the ground rush is incredible because you're hitting at almost full speed. And then I shot all the way back up. Well, not all the way, but 3/4. And then I had to fall again. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Cool.
It really was.
Man. Wow.
I don't know about that, but hey, God bless you, man. More power to you, brother.
Yeah. A big welcome back to everybody watching us on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, and those in hotel rooms from coast to coast, as well as iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it, we're there. But we're back here with two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior Tyrone Poole and Pro Football Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion Kevin Greene. All right, guys. So when we talk about the American Ninja Warrior, Tyrone, now it took a lot to do that. Do you think Kevin would be a good American Ninja Warrior?
You know what? I think Kevin would. Mentally, I think he would. But here's where the American Ninja Warrior is different. I think Kevin would be great on the what's the show that The Rock put out there? It's not the Gladiator, but it's the Titans. I think Kevin would be perfect for that because Kevin is more of a strength mover. That Ninja Warrior, that's almost like you got to be small, light, quick with great upper body strength. And Kevin has great upper body strength, but I think his body weight would work against him and make his muscles work too hard. So that's why I think that Titans would be perfect. Like a perfect defensive call for Kevin. I think he would do well. Now, he could surprise me and do well in that American Ninja Warrior, but from my understanding and my going through it, it ain't about how strong you are. It's about how to navigate your weight versus your muscle, and you don't want to tire your muscles out. So the more weight that your muscles have to carry, the quicker they're going to get tired out.
Kevin, do you think you'd be better in the wrestling ring than Tyrone?
Okay.
I'm just gonna run around. I'm gonna run around like Ali. I'm just gonna bounce, go from corner to corner.
Yeah. Well, I think Tyrone was saying you got to be a little bit more of an athlete to do the Ninja Warrior deal, and that's what he is clearly. But I had fun wrestling. I was into that for a little bit in the WCW back in the day, and it was fun. They gave me an opportunity to come off the top rope, against the Big Show or against Nature Boy Ric Flair, and Arn Anderson and Mongo McMichael, and I took advantage of it and I did it, and it was really, really neat, in that squared ring, having fun, putting people in headlocks and so forth, and flying shoulders and spinning toe holds and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. Just another part of the ride that was really, really incredible for me.
But how many people get really hurt? I mean, maybe you're doing a pile driver, right? I mean, how many people really get hurt? Everyone says, oh, it's 100% fake. Something tells me it's not 100% fake because some people really do get hurt there.
Absolutely. I mean, people get hurt. I mean, there's been people that's been, crippled up and killed, trying to do, high spots and the more dangerous of a move or spot it is, then, the crowd loves it. And it is, sports entertainment, and you try to give them, what they want, but they want, really, really dangerous kind of moves. They want to see those backflips coming off the top rope and some stuff like that. And sometimes people don't land right and they get caught and they get wounded pretty bad.
Well, kind of like the same idea. Tyrone, imagine getting hit with one of those folding chairs, right? Yeah. Do you think that you would hit Kevin over the back with a folding chair?
Man, you know what? To keep Kevin's hands off of me, because the thing is, he's bigger than me. And once he gets his hands on me, his strength and his power, I'm in trouble now. So it's kind of like guerrilla warfare. I got to use my strengths against his weakness. I'm supposed to be quicker and faster. So you know what? I'm just going to come in. I'm going to hit him real quick, get out the way, hit him again. And hopefully I get an opportunity to hit him in the right spot to where they'll say, Tim number. And then I jump on him and hopefully I get there 1, 2, 3, and then ding, 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 and then I'm running out the ring as fast as I can because once he get up, it's over.
I don't know. I mean, look, Kevin's bigger than most people. The problem is if he gets his arms around you, just like the 160 quarterbacks that fell, if you look at the old sack machine, right? You look at 160 sacks, you're like, guess what, Tyrone, you're going down, buddy. And you're going down in a heap, just like them quarterbacks. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Exactly. Let me ask Kevin this real quick question. You can answer it real quickly, Kevin. In that wrestling now, the WCW, do you guys talk to each other? Like, say, if both of us are locked up, you know, my hands around your neck and your hands around my neck, you say, okay, well, hey, Tyrone, I'm going to flip you right quick. Do you guys talk like that? Does that go on in the wrestling ring?
You know what, T-Pool, as far as you know and Sal and everybody else knows, no, we really don't.
It's I don't know about that, folks. You never know. Tell you what, guys, hold your thoughts. We're gonna pick that up in the next segment here. It's Havoc and Mayhem here of the Sports Circus. Lots more to come here from downtown Pittsburgh. Back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you with startup capital, business strategy, sales and marketing, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, you may visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com or call them at 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away.
This is Sal Tozolino, host and remaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it out here that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. You can call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem weekdays at 5 p.m. Pacific here on AAMP.TV or stream the show live at thesportcircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus, so we prove it every day.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-755-4281. 800-755-4281. 800-755-4281. That's 800-755-4281.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. My name is Tyrone Poole. If you've forgotten, two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior, I'm here working that thing with no other than Sal, the Ring Master. And this segment is brought to you by the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. I'm going to tell you a little something about the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. This is what we do. We help reform, refill, and restore success in the family unit. And how do we do that? We do that by performing and having father and daughter events, mother, son, and daughter events. So if you want to learn more about the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation, or if you want to donate, because either way, you're helping us to help others, you can go to TyronePoole38Foundation.org. Again, it's TyronePoole38Foundation.org. And we also want to thank those who are watching and listening, all the way from Honolulu, all the way to KCAA in California, all the way down to Corpus Christi, to Atlanta, up north to Boston. We're in Louisiana. We're all over the place. And those who are streaming us on Facebook, YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hotel TV, 97.9 in Las Vegas. What's going on? We are here with 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All-Pro people, Defensive Player of the Year in 1996, Hall of Fame linebacker Kevin Greene. He's on the Sports Circus. Kevin, man, again, we so honored to have you here on the Sports Circus. And Sal, the Ring Master, man, he's the guy pumping in that music, that noise right there. There he is right there. So all three of us together, we are dynamite.
I got no noise. All I know is I guess if there was any noise, it would be the sound of crunching bones from this guy over here and this guy over here. That's all I know. But guess what? A big welcome into everybody listening in over in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Folks, we are everywhere, even in TV down in Florida, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Cincinnati, Detroit. We're everywhere, folks. So guess what? We're going to stop with that because we're going to be at the end of the segment in just a moment here. Let's ask Kevin a little bit more about some of his wrestling, maybe some of his things that he doesn't necessarily talk to people about on a regular basis. What's going on with Kevin Greene today?
Well, really not a lot exciting going on right now. I'm kind of retired. I'm 58 years old, and I'm just trying to stay healthy. I'm recovering from both hips being replaced last year, and so that's coming along well. But no, I'm just I'm kicking it with my wife. We've been married 29 years, and she's been such a blessing to me and in my career, my life. And we have 2 wonderful kids, 23-year-old son, Gavin. He goes to school at Mississippi College, and 21-year-old daughter, Gabby, and she goes to University of West Florida, and she's studying pre-vet. And so we're just alive and kicking, bobbing and weaving around this fungus that's kind of sweeping across the nation and so forth, like we all are. But other than that, we're just enjoying life. I may try to throw my hat into the coaching ring, after this season and see if there's any takers, need an outside linebacker coach or whatnot. I coached 7 years in the NFL, 5 with Green Bay. We won a Super Bowl, and then 2 with the Jets. And I think I got a little bit left in the tank to coach another couple years, and then probably go quietly into the good night after that. So there you have it.
Well, maybe you and Tyrone could have your own club that you'd be coaching. Tyrone, what do you think about that? You and Kevin could be doing maybe defensive coordinator work for one of the NFL clubs. We know that there are some teams that kind of need a little bit of help on that side of the ball. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? I was going to say, if Dion could be a coach, I think he's a great player. I know, Kevin, you're a great player. We need coaches who have experience, such as yourself, to continue to motivate these young men so they could be professionals on and off the field. And yes, Sal, Kevin, if you need a defensive back coach, if you need somebody to teach them how to backpedal, to come out that break, baby, and you know what? Hey, you know how to get in touch with me. So, but definitely, man, congratulations to you and your wife. Marriage, man, that is one place that a lot of athletes are faltering. But man, it's good to see that you and your wife are still holding it together, man. That is a picture perfect. I just want to say that. But yeah, coaching, man, hey, do your thing, Kevin. I know you be great at it.
Well, T-Pool, one thing that is lost now, and I know you would concur with me, is the ability to properly teach and communicate correct technique and fundamental. And you watch the NFL now, and you see so many missed tackles and so many people playing with their hands outside the frame of the body and so forth, and pad levels high, and people aren't hunting like we hunted back in the day. But the technique and the fundamental, that will always be the most critical thing that will separate you in the NFL or in college or even in high school at any level. If you've got great technique and fundamental, I mean, you really can have a soft skill set, so to speak, and not be overly gifted, but still be a very, very good player, if not a dominant player, if you are really focused on playing with low pad level, great technique and fundamental and hand placement and footwork. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, Tyrone.
Yeah. 100.
All right. Big welcome back to everybody watching on Hotel TV from coast to coast, and those listening in on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates, here with two-time Super Bowl champion Tyrone Poole and Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion, that would be Kevin Greene. All right, Tyrone, talk a little bit about wrapping up versus tackling.
Well, just like Kevin said, the art of tackling is being lost. And if I had to sit someone down who's never played football in their life to teach them how to tackle, I would turn on a video, believe it or not, of the game rugby. I would let them watch rugby, and then I would teach them, okay, now I'm going to supersize it. I'm going to give you a helmet and shoulder pads. You're going to use the same technique. You're going to wrap the guy up. You're going to almost put your arms together, and what we would say in football, grab cloth. Of course, you're not going to interlock your hands, but you want to put your arms around that player and grab something, and you want to hold on to it, and you want to squeeze that body of your opponent into you and just drive him into the ground. So that's why I said rugby, because that is basically the perfect sport if you want to teach someone how to play American football and tackle. But tackling is a lost art, and like Kevin said, you got guys now I'm not gonna lie, every once in a while I'll throw my body into someone and not wrap up, but for the most part, a high percentage of the time, I try to wrap up. And again, I know Kevin, himself, he would probably say the same thing. So Kevin, what would you add on to that as far as techniques that these young players, college guys, need to make sure they pay attention to when they go to tackle and be great tacklers?
Sure. T-Pool, I would say this, that most of the tackles that we make are angle tackles. I mean, you really don't want to make a head up, face, center mass tackle on anybody, because you're really giving that ball carrier a two-way go to your right or left, and one little juke one way or another, then you're going to lose that tackle. So really, you want to take an edge, one edge or the other, and really make a decision for the ball carrier on which way he's going to go. So if you approach a guy with the ball, just make sure, where all your help is and what your leverage position outside or inside on that ball carrier need to be in order to funnel that guy back to your brothers who are hunting him too. But I would say you're going to make an angle tackle. And something I see in the NFL now in the angle tackle is too many times when they have their head behind the back or behind the ball, Tyrone, of the ball carrier, and so people will run right through an arm tackle, because that's really all that you're trying to stop their forward momentum with is your arm. So I would say, make sure you take an edge on the ball carrier, make his decision for him, so you funnel him back one way to your help, and then you want to make an angle tackle and get your head across the ball. And what that does is get your pad level low, you get your head across the ball, and now you drive through the person with your feet, okay? And you got a chance to knock the ball out with your noggin going across the football. And then when you take him over on the pile or somebody else on the ground on the other side, no chance to cause a fumble. But you're securing the tackle, making an angle tackle with your head across the ball. And then you're, of course, T-Pool, you got to wrap up, you got to grab a cloth. Because if he does try to spin out, at least you got him by the cloth and you're able to, wrangle him down because you're grabbing cloth on your angle tackle. So what do you think, Tyrone?
No, I like it, man. I got one question for you real quick. Do you think you could play in this day and age of football?
It'd be tough. I mean, it's totally different than the time that I played from 85 to January 2nd of 2000. I was able to put my grill into people, Tyrone, and really hit people with a high level of physicality and not get flags and not get fines from the commissioner waiting for me in my locker, on Monday. And I was able to play a physical game. I can't imagine, just trying to take the edge off of that. And you can't hit quarterbacks anywhere with any part of your helmet and everything. You can't hit him in the face. You can't hit him below the knees. You got to hit him with the shoulder and wrap him up. And there's so many rules and regulations now. I'm not sure I could play, or I'd be fined out of the league. One or the other.
All right, folks, we're going to be back here with Kevin Greene, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, and Tyrone Poole, two-time Super Bowl champion, in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you with startup capital, business strategy, sales and marketing, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, you may visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO.com or call them at 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away.
This is Sal Tozzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it out here that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. You can call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem weekdays at 5 p.m. Pacific here on AAMP.TV or stream the show live at thesportcircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus, so we prove it every day.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster, Sal, live from the AAMP.TV mobile studios here in downtown Pittsburgh. That's AAMP.TV. Folks, make sure you check out thesportscircus.com for our upcoming guests, our prior guests, our podcast, and some of our partners as well. One of those is the College of Southern Nevada Athletics. Folks, check them out at csncoyotes.com for upcoming games and events. csncoyotes.com, the College of Southern Nevada Athletics. And a big welcome back to everybody listening in on Magic 97.9 FM over in Las Vegas and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast. In addition to our friends over in Auburn, Alabama, WAUD, over in Natchez, Mississippi, Faraday, Louisiana, that would be KFNV. Got to say that one a little bit slow. KFNV, as well as all of our friends watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Back here with two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior Tyrone Poole, and Pro Football Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion Kevin Greene. All right, guys, listen, we were talking a little bit in between segments about being able to hit quarterbacks and play in today's time. Now, Kevin, out of your 160 sacks that you had, how many do you think you would have been called on for a penalty because of the way we kind of have the, we'll just call it the lightening up of the game? I'm trying to keep this a G-rated show, folks. It's very hard for me to say this, right? So how many of those sacks do you think that you would have got a whatever, roughing the quarterback and whatever that crap is, compared to yesterday's game when you played, when the Warriors were playing versus today's Cupcakeville?
Yeah, I mean, just a number of them. I mean, I don't know. I was blessed to get 160 sacks in 15 years, but a number of those, I'd beaten somebody and the quarterback had maybe half rolled to the other side. So after I've beaten an offensive tackle, I probably had a 4 or 5 yard ballistic sprint, and he's looking the other way, and I just unload on these guys. I would put as long as my face is up, I can see what I'm hitting. Everything was good. I would put my face right into their sternum and right into their jaw, and I'd take them down with no remorse.
Tyrone, he said a ballistic sprint. Now, look, Tyrone, as a speed guy, what in the world is a ballistic sprint?
Ballistic sprint just mean it's just like you just poof. It's like just all that combustion and boom, you just unload, man. You just unload. So
explosive. You're absolutely right. And you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And think about this, T-Poo. Some of those guys, coming across the middle, back in the day, man, you had to light those guys up, so they came across the middle. They didn't want to catch the ball. They came across with alligator arms, man. I mean, you wanted to make a statement. I mean, didn't you want to hit them and break them so that anytime you're around, they're looking for you?
Yes, and you're right, Kevin. It was known that you had to stand for something. You had to stand for something. What does your defense stand for? When we turn that video on, when we look at your defensive play in the secondary or as an individual, what do you want your opponent to say about you? And we want it as a whole, as a unit, that, like you said, when a receiver comes across that middle, woo, he thinking about it, man. You mean to tell him I got to run a crossing route today and Kevin Greene on drop back and he's in the hook zone? Man, no, let's change that route up. So like you said, that makes that receiver or that running back checking down, make them think twice. And now, instead of tackling the guy, sometimes all you got to do is say, boo. And just him hearing you, his mind going to think back to that video and he going to drop the ball. So.
That's back in the good old days, people. I know. Honest to God, true. I hate it.
Kevin, it's funny because we see a little bit of this, like the rules from yesteryear in baseball. I played in yesteryear baseball versus I see what's going on today. And, the pitchers can't even come inside without getting warnings now. And back in my day, I own the inside part of the plate. If you were going to put your hands over that home plate, your hands are fair game. I will hit your hands. And that's it. And guess what? That is a strike because your body is in the strike zone. But the rules have changed, and now it's kind of like the pussification of the games. We don't get the games like we kind of grew up with, and it's very frustrating to me whenever I see people don't even run out from home to first. Like, come on, man, let's go.
Yes.
Get your ass down the line and move it. And do we see the same thing in football? People dragging their feet on the field, not rushing off the field. Are we seeing a little bit of that? Maybe a little bit too much money has gone to the head of the players. What do you think?
You know what? I just don't think people are hunting like we did back in the day, Tyrone. I mean, we hunted people. I mean, you see a lot of one or two people on a ball carrier and bringing them down, but what I remember back in the day, man, we would have 5, 6 hats on the ball every time. And and we were talking to each other in the huddle like, hey, you first one there, hold him up. Don't be taking him down. Just hang. Remember that? We're like, hold him up. We're going to break him a new one. And that's the way it was.
That's how it was. You're right, man. I'm like, we go against a running back or a wide receiver. You know how sometimes these wide receivers now, and they did it in the past, but you could easily shut that up in the past, just like what KG said. Hold him up. But you got guys now, they giving the first down signal, they dancing. But back in the day, shoot, he do that on our home field. Whoever get him, hold him up and let everybody tag him like a bunch of yellow jackets. But everybody, we are here, as you see and hear, Kevin Greene, all those who are listening and watching us on CBS, NBC, all of our Fox affiliates, everybody in Las Vegas, 97.9. Again, we are here with no other than Hall of Famer Kevin Greene. Man, Kevin, it's an honor to have you again on the Sports Circus. But yes, hold him up. Tag him like a bunch of yellow jackets.
That's what happened on the playground.
He get up now. He ain't gonna be doing all that dancing. You ain't gonna dance on our. You ain't gonna dance.
Thank you.
That is exactly what happened on the playground when you're playing kill the guy with the ball. Wait, hold on, hold him up. We all want to get him at one time.
Yes, that's it, man.
Oh my God, what a great ride! Like I said, it was a great ride. Yeah. Now, playing the game for as long as you did as a player, and then you went over to the coaching side. What was the biggest difference or biggest adjustment you had to make from being a player to being a coach in the NFL? Well, that's a good question. I would just say that the time involved. I thought I put a lot of time in as a player, just studying all the game film I possibly could, and staying late and so forth. But the coaches really do marry the team. I mean, they marry the team, and everything else is secondary and tertiary. Families, they just have to wait to get their time because the coaches, they marry the team. They get there at dark 30 in the morning, and they're coming home at dark 30 at night, and they're really trying to game plan and put their players in the best possible position to make game-changing plays, for the positive, and so you guys can win the game and so forth. They're really trying to scheme it out in which they really want to win the game, and that takes a lot of investment of time for the coaches.
Guys, what do you think about the idea of a coach that hasn't played a snap in the National Football League? They haven't played a snap in college football. How do the players react towards these players? Now, as players, look, you're going to respect your peers in a very particular way, but what about the guys that never played a snap? Is there kind of an underlying lack of respect? I mean, just be honest. It's okay. It's just us three.
Go ahead, Tyrone. Go ahead.
Well, Kevin gonna throw that one on me. But no, you know what? I think to a point, you want, depending on what your level of expectancy is as a player, you want to be led by somebody who can at least say they've been where they're trying to get you to go. And if, as a player, you feel like you've been where somebody who's trying to teach you hasn't gone, then I think sometimes you may be like, okay, how do you know that gonna work? How do you know that that's going to work? And I've been in defenses, and again, on the 96 team, in the secondary with Eric Davis. He playing a whole lot of football at defensive back. There'd be times we'd be sitting in the meeting, and our defensive back coach would say, okay, I want you guys to play it like this. And Eric would literally challenge him, not in a, like, you don't know what you're talking about way, but from a player standpoint, say, hey, hold on, coach, that's not going to work. I can't do that.
That's right.
I can't do that. And that's the thing that probably is the most challenging, to be coached by somebody who's never played the game versus somebody who's played the game that they're trying to coach. You're always going to get that confrontation. Like, you don't know that's going to work. I played the game. I know that's not going to work. So I'm not going to do it that way. And then I think sometimes you get that bumping of the heads right there. But if I'm a coach and I never coach, I'm going to listen to the guy who's done it.
All right, Kevin, what do you got?
No, I would agree with you 100%. It's kind of interesting, some of these coaches that, and there's a lot of coaches right now, T-Poo, and you know this is true, that really don't know what the heck they're doing. They're coaching in the NFL, and they have their coaching positions, and they're not teaching good technique and fundamental because, quite frankly, they don't know what it is. They're great scheme coaches. They're great X's and O's. This is where you need to be. This is your job, but they're not good at, okay, this is how you need to defeat this block. This is where your hands need to be. This is where your pad level needs to be. This is your footwork. And, you know, they may be able to coach a little technique and fundamental, but you know, as a player, especially if they have never played much college, not even no snaps in the NFL, you know that what they're teaching, it ain't going to work when it is live on game day in the NFL. And what their technique and fundamental that they're trying to, no. So you just be as polite as you possibly can. Okay, I'll try it your way, okay? But if it doesn't work, you know, why don't you look at the way I'm doing it? Because I've had a level of success doing it this way.
All right, listen, Kevin, we are running on time here. We're basically in the last minute or so. How can people follow you and find out what's going on in your world?
You know what? I tweet every once in a while. You know, I'm not really out there, and that's just by personal choice. I'm kind of more of a private dude and everything right now, and I don't do a lot of these, as a matter of fact. But I love me some Tyrone Poole, and I really respected the way you played the game, and I wanted to be a part of this with you guys, Sal, and everything. But no, I just tweet every once in a while, you know, and so forth. But I don't know. I don't know if I want people knowing how to get a hold of me all the time.
Right. There's no privacy anymore. There's not. Well, hey, Kevin, thanks for joining Tyrone and myself. Folks, that would be Kevin Greene, Pro Football Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion. And, of course, this guy is Tyrone Poole, two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior. We'll see you next time right here on The Circus on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now.